Welcome to another edition of the Giants Huddle podcast, brought to you by Citizens, the official bank of the Giants. We're in the Hackensack Meridian Health podcast studio. Keep getting better. Joined by friend of the program.
Hello.
One of the guys that helped kind of make this program what it is. The one and only Jeff Feagles. Mr. Jeff Feagles, how are you?
Hello, Johnny. Good. Hello to everybody. So thanks for having me on.
I like the timestamp because this is not going to air probably even this week. It's going to air soon. But this is the first day of camp. And Jeff Feagles is here. He's going to sign the autographs. When I drove in, I saw the line of people. I think they were all the way to the stadium when I got here.
Listen, you got to start off you got to start off training camp right and bring the biggest stars out at the beginning.
So they brought the punter in.
They did. So we figured that's going to get things going, and it's a good thing. So
if I gave you a ball and I sent you out to the practice field right now, how far could you punt it?
Not very far. Yeah. Just because, I got my knee replaced 3 years ago, so that would not be a problem as far as as far as it hurting or anything. But
you don't think you'd have like one good one in you before you fell down and hurt yourself?
That we do these fantasy football things over at the stadium, and they have the balls that they use over there are a little bit softer than the normal ones, and so I try to kick those around a little bit, but it's it wouldn't be very pretty.
I'll have to make sure I tell the people up in marketing to bring the K-balls over next time. And
I want no part of the K-balls. Leave the K-balls away from me. Yeah, I kind of compare it to like old timers day with baseball. Like, can those guys come back and play? Can they hit? Can they throw? Some of them can, some of them can't. I wouldn't be that good at it.
Apparently, and I'm not sure if it's changed this year, and I'm sure Yankee fans will yell at me for not knowing this. I'm so locked into football, guys. I'm sorry. So Jeter apparently kind of ixnayed the whole old timers day game.
Really?
Because he was apparently worried about playing and not looking very good. So he kind of, I think, put the kibosh on that a little bit. And I think he was getting pressure a little bit to
I was going to say, that's
a
shame because I'm sure that a lot of people would have loved to see that.
Well, you go back in the day, this is before I was a little bit before I started going. I started going probably late 80s, early 90s. DiMaggio and Mantle would show up and play in those games.
Yeah, exactly.
And Whitey Ford with pitch. It was serious business.
Yeah, I think that's part of that he probably doesn't want to just show that. Whatever. I still think Derek Jeter could probably play some baseball. He looks pretty darn good. So, all timer. Well, anyways. I couldn't.
So, Jeff, we're here first day of camp. How much are you still these days tracking what's going on with the Giants? Because I know you can't really get away from it.
No, I can't. I do as much as I can. The phone is great. You get a lot of feeds and stuff like that. So kind of follow it a little bit. But I think without being in the trenches, if you will, you can kind of get the theme of what's happening here with the team. And I think it's a very important year for a lot of different reasons. I think that the division is very difficult to play in, and I think when you look at all three of the quarterbacks, other than the Giants, they're all Pro Bowl quarterbacks. They've got good offensive lines. So the Giants are up against a lot. So for the Giant team, I've been following it and just kind of watching what they've been doing on defense, which is pretty impressive. I think that's probably going to be the one part of the team this year that they depend on.
Do you like not being in the trenches as much? Are you able to have more fun with it and watching the games, not knowing you don't have to talk about it and work after the game? You can actually crack open a cold one and enjoy it a little bit, or do you miss being in the building and knowing exactly what's happening?
I miss being in the building, knowing what's going on. It's and being in the trenches because we get a lot of information about stuff. So I've learned to watch the game from a different perspective now. So knowing that, being a big fan of the team, knowing a little bit more, at least I think, than some people about the team, I now can look at it on Sunday. I go to the games and we do the autographs and stuff, and then I watch the game from a fan's perspective.
Are you there pretty much for every home game?
I have season tickets, so I go whether I'm not working or not.
Do you really sit in the stands?
Oh yeah.
With your tickets?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, good
Section
for you.
142. So
come by, say hi.
When we got those seats, I specifically wanted to be on the visitor side by the kicking net. So that's where the.
Are you serious? Time out.
I don't know. That was years ago.
Did you really buy the tickets so you're near the kicking net on the visitor's sideline?
15 years ago, that was my mindset. Would I would have done it again? No. I would have went somewhere else.
Oh,
but
Jeff,
yeah.
You can. There is something called seat relocation. I could talk to the guys I eat lunch with every day and see if I could work on that for you. Would you like to be on the home sideline?
I'm in with a couple of my other buddies, and they're fine. We're fine where we're at. It's actually, in fact, you'll love this, John.
You
to get to my seats, I have to go right by the old stage that we spent so many years on. That MetLife entrance, I literally go right by the stage, down to the left and up, and my seats are right there.
Well, that's
so
pretty
it's a very good in and out. The last few years getting out has not been that bad because it's actually people have left early. So we're hoping that I want to get out with a lot of traffic this year, back to the team, and I think that they're going to be challenged. For me as a fan, this is from a fan perspective. What am I? And people are always asking me, "What do you think about the team? What about the team?" We always just want about depth and compete. And I think that when I look at this team, I think it's been built around this offseason. The defense is going to compete. The offense is going to compete at a certain level. But I think collectively, and one important thing about this whole game, and John, you know this, and everybody should know this, I think this team has to stay healthy in order to get to the however many wins that they're going to get, because, it's the starters, they've got a lot of good ones. And Thomas has got to be, he needs to come back.
Andrew Thomas, yeah.
Andrew, he needs to be the guy that kind of fuels that offense again. And with him on the field, it's a big difference.
Yeah, and, when you talk about the defense, Feags, does this kind of give you pings and reminders of when you were here with just the quality of pass rushers, but the number of pass rushers that you can throw out there? I think the number
more than anything, right? I mean, because a lot of these teams have the pass rusher, singular.
Like the Cowboys, like Michael Parsons. They have the pass rusher.
So, when you look at what the Giants drafted, look at the experience that they have in here, they can come from all over the place. You got multiple times. So I think that's important. But yeah, when I look at what the Eagles did last year to the Chiefs, was very reminiscent of what the Giants did to the Patriots in that Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
And I know that I've got to see Tom quite a bit this offseason, Coughlin, and I asked him, what do you do with this defensive line? You got so many people. He said to me, all four of them need to be on every down. Just play them every down. Let's rush the passer. And in this league, that's what you got to do. And look what the Eagles did. They rushed the passer. Look what the Giants did in 2007. They rushed the passer. So I think that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you look at the offense. They decide to move on from Daniel Jones. Russell Wilson now in the building as the starter. Even from somebody that's not on offense like you were, what difference does it make in a locker room when you have somebody like Russell Wilson come in that has seen it all, you can trust to do the right thing on and off the field, by the way, be a leader, and just kind of be that presence in the locker room as somebody that's won a Super Bowl, and even if his bad years is still throwing 25 touchdown passes and only 8-9 interceptions.
You know this as well as anybody. The dynamics of the locker room is so important. When you look at the age of the locker room, most, if not all, these guys in there know Russell Wilson growing up. So these guys, in fact, I think behind the scenes, a lot of them would be like, he was my favorite player. So they've seen this guy grow up. They've seen him in the league. His leadership at that position is paramount. No matter what team you're on, the quarterback position requires leadership, and I think that Russell Wilson brings that on and off the field, like you said. So that's important. You also got Jameis Winston behind him, who's a veteran, who players like, and he's a locker room guy. He's very, he's always charismatic. He's happy. He's all kinds of stuff. That's contagious. Then you throw in the new guy, and he gets to now learn from two veterans, extreme veterans. I mean, Jameis Winston's had a tenure in his NFL that's been a little bit of rocky here, but Russell Wilson is a guy he can look up to, learn how to practice, learn how to prepare, learn all the things that you need to do as a football player, and get it from a guy that's been there before, Super Bowl champion, been to the Pro Bowl, done everything. I think he's on the downside of his career, and now he's going to come in and try to prove that he still has it and try to go win a championship.
Huddle up, get in here. If you're lined up here, you got to go over the middle with it to score.
Right. How do we make that happen?
I don't know, but Citizens does.
Make sense of your money with Citizens, official bank of Eli Manning.
Who's maybe one of the new guys on this team, whether a veteran or a rookie, that you're most excited to see out there, either at practice or when they get the pads on you and you go to your first game?
Defense. I want to see the pass rush.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest one.
Carter, you want to see Carter?
I do, and I feel like I want to see how they're gonna use him. That's most importantly. I think that because he's so athletic, he'll be able to move around a little bit. Offensively, I'm excited to see how Russell Wilson can bring a dynamic to this. I think they're going to run the football a little bit more this year.
I agree, and play action off that, right?
And we haven't talked about the guy from ASU yet. So for people that know, I'm from Arizona, and my family all still lives out there.
Are you a big Cam Scadaboo
So
fan
I think
club guy?
I just became a fan during the bowl game last year, watching him play in that bowl game. Did you see the game?
Oh my God. They gave him the ball like 40 times.
It was ridiculous. and I didn't know much about him. My dad told me about him. My brother-in-law, he's an ASU graduate, said, you got to see this kid play. And then when the Giants drafted him, I'm like, okay, this kid's going to be an instant fan favorite.
What do you like about him, watching him?
I like his grit. I like his you know what? He's been doubted all his life. He's small, okay? He's tough. So he's got a chip on his shoulder, and a guy that can compete, and a guy that wants something. And I think that he'll be on every special teams play there is, so people will be able to see him that way. But I also think the offense is going to be designed to get him the football, 5, 6, 7 times a game, because he can do it. He can make something happen. If I'm an opposing team on the punt team and he's lined up at the fullback or the up back position, I'm not rushing. I'm going to let the guy punt and just watch number 44, make sure he doesn't. So I used to like the other 44.
He was
watch
pretty
him.
good too.
Yeah, he was pretty good too. So he's got big shoes to fill with that number.
And similar mindset with the two guys. I think the running style is different, but I think mental
toughness
approach
and
to the game. Yeah,
absolutely. That's a good point. I think they're absolutely two very unique players. But I think the fans are going to fall in love with him.
For the younger fans, that's Ahmad Bradshaw, by the way. For the fans that maybe don't remember that, it seems like not long ago for us. But if you think about it, Jeff, if you're an 18,
it's been a while.
If you're an 18-year-old, you were like what 5 when that was happening.
Well, I graduated in 09. I was about to say I graduated. I retired in 09, so we're in 25. It's been a while. So it's been, but these guys, again, it's like the locker room, when you look at some of the age of these guys, I mean, I could walk in here, nobody's going to know who I am. They're going to probably think I'm a staff member upstairs.
You were like the mayor walking in here.
Yeah, years ago. But
I
told Bob.
It took me 10 minutes to get you down to the office, but it was like 8 people.
Well, some of the newer players, it's okay.
You and Chris Nee are reminiscent about Albany.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I kind of missed that. I think it would be a lot of fun. I know it's a big endeavor to get up there, and I get the logistics of it and the cost and stuff. But I don't know, John, you were up there too. I just feel like that's training camp.
Only punters, and when you're a former player, no former player misses training camp, unless you're a punter. Because it isn't really training camp.
Yeah, there's something wrong there, but that's okay.
Annual tradition. I need you to tell the Mike Holmgren training camp lunch line story. Because it's one of my favorites.
It's about this time of the year, right?
Yes.
So real quickly, if anybody hasn't heard this story, obviously I'm a big golfer. And when we were up in training camp in Cheney, Washington, which is where the Seahawks over in Western Washington. Well, anyways, long story short, I met an owner of the golf course literally 10 minutes from training camp. He gave us the keys to a couple golf carts, and Foley and myself used to go out and play golf at 5:30 in the morning.
This is former Boston College quarterback Glenn Foley?
Glenn Foley,
okay.
big golfer. So anyways, long story, we go out and play before we had to be to practice. And one day I came into, it's mandatory for breakfast, little lunch line, put my tray down, grab my plate and silverware, but I had my golf glove in the back of my pocket. And Holmgren walks in behind me, and we're just walking through. I'm getting my breakfast.
And Holmgren's gigantic, right?
Holmgren is 6'5", just a mountain of a man, and very intimidating. And he just, at the end of the line, he just tapped me on the shoulder, and he dropped my golf glove on my tray and said, even par? Or, so he knew I was busted. I was totally busted. I played it off pretty good. I said, "Oh, coach, I dropped." I don't know what I said to him, but he knew. He didn't care. It didn't care. And that was only on days I wasn't practicing, by the way. So, but it was my day off. Like pitchers and punters are very similar. We can only kick so much, so we got to have that day off. And when you have that day off, you're going to go play golf. And at least, most people don't play golf during training camp. I did. So that's why I love training camp.
I ended up at Albany when you did 2 days.
I did 2 there too.
You used to go swimming too,
I used to
right?
go swimming there. Yeah.
Was that only on the second practice, the 2 days?
No, that was pretty much almost every day, because I just tried to get out of practice every morning, because I only punted once a day. And Mike Sweatman was the special teams coach back in the day, and I asked him, and he said, "You know what, Jeff, with this deep voice, you do whatever you want to do. I'll take care of it. As long as you're working out, I'll talk to Tom." Do you think he ever talked to Tom? He never talked to Tom. Never. Until the day that Tom found out he was looking for me one morning. He said, "Where is Feagles at?" So he went up to Coach Sweatman and said, "Where's Feagles at?" And Mike said, he dead stare into Coughlin's eyes. "He's swimming, Coach." Talk about being thrown under the bus big time. He's, "Oh, go do what you want, Jeff. I'll cover you." Yeah, whatever. I came out of the afternoon practice and Tom was the first to meet me. "How was your swim today? Did you have your little ducky swimming around with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was good. I'm working out, Coach." He goes, "There better be a lifeguard there."
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
There better be a lifeguard.
Better be a lifeguard
What
there.
did you think you were in the ocean?
I'm like, "Coach, I'm a pretty good swimmer." He's like, "I don't care. You never know. Just you." And then he said to me, he goes, "I want to talk to you after practice." So we talked about my schedule. I said to him, I said, "Coach, there's no reason for me to be standing out here for 2 hours in the morning when I could be getting stuff done in the pool. I get my workout in, this and that. What are the other guys going to say about that?" I'm like, "Coach, nobody cares. Nobody does. You're the only one that noticed I wasn't out here. Everybody else could care less where Jeff Feagles is at. Trust me, we're okay." "I don't know. I'm going to have to think about this." Well, it worked. It was fine.
So you kept swimming?
Of course. Yeah. It was part of my workout, to be honest with you.
I can honestly picture in my head Tom Coughlin making the joke about the Ducks. And being so genuinely concerned that it would mess up the structure and message he's trying to send to the team, and him
100%.
really actually being concerned about it, because that's what he was. He was that detail oriented.
He 100%, and he was so worried that somebody was going to notice, like somebody's taking notes at everybody who's out there every day or not, and
Like
they're going to the press. He was worried about the press was going to be like, "Where's Feagles at? Is he hurt?"
You have like Vinny the tranny writing that Jeff Feagles
exactly,
was out
like
of practice.
He's never out of practice. Is he hurt? So we kept it under wraps pretty good, but it actually was very advantageous because I still swim to this day. It's a great exercise, and back then when that was happening, I was still having little problems with my knees, so we had to take care of it.
All right, final question about the team, then we're going to play a little game here.
Oh, great. Okay.
All right, so the specialists, they've been together for a while now,
which is great.
Casey Kreider, Jamie Gillen, and Graham Gano.
Yeah.
How does that help? And give me a window into what Graham Gano's dealing with. He's had a couple injuries. He's kind of trying to work through those. He's on the older side for a kicker now. Just kind of give me an insight into those two things.
Well, first of all, I think that from a positional standpoint, I was going to group them all into the three, the specialists.
Yeah, sure.
Those guys can remain together for a while if things work out correctly. And what I mean by that is monetary stuff. So those positions they're very important, obviously. But they're also the ones that they're at the bottom of the food chain that can usually kind of get replaced by something else, less expensive. However, you can't substitute experience. So those three guys, you don't have to worry about them, John. They're seasoned pros. They know what they're going to have to do. As you get older, which every one of them are, in the case of Graham Gano with injuries, what he's working on, I promise you, is the mental part of it. Because what happens is your body breaks down as you start getting into your 30s, into your 40s, and you have to find alternative methods to try to combat that. And so mentally, you want to be able to say, "You know what, I'm strong. I can go out and work this way, but I can't do it like I was 10 years ago." So Graham probably doing that along with the other guys. So to me, when I was in training camp at the age I was later in my career, I had to manage it. And that was all about what the swimming was. We joke about it, but the whole thing was that's what a guy that's in his late 30s needs to do to train, not a guy that's in his late 20s. So it's all about mental and trying to do things to keep your body and the longevity to last a long season at age, what is he, 35 maybe, 36?
Graham, we looked this up, Pierce. They're 38, right? Okay. Graham, I think last time we looked it up, Pierce will get the number for us.
Yeah, so I mean, he's in his mid to late 30s, so that makes a difference.
38, yep.
38.
If you want to know how to manage 2 minutes of crunch time football, I'm your man. But if you're wondering about a long-term financial plan, you should talk to Citizens. Hey, I can also talk lawn care.
I'd like to learn about a mowing routine.
Yes, I knew I could help.
Make sense of your money with Citizens.
All right, so usually we play a game with Jeff Feagles called Did You Play with Jeff Feagles? We're not going to play that game today.
Damn, I was studying for that because I knew you were going to do it.
Oh, no, we're going to play a much more fun game because Pearson can attest to this. During our draft process this year, how many times, Pearson, did I say into the camera, Man, I wish Jeff Feagles were here to try to pronounce the names of some of these draft prospects.
Oh, you know where to go, Schmeelk, so bad. But you know what? It's okay. I'm fine with it.
Okay,
so I like myself.
I hope you like yourself. I like you too,
I'm going to
Jeff.
hate myself after this is over, but go ahead.
I mostly like to make you look silly. So this is what we're going to do. I didn't even write the names down. I'm literally just have the draft list here. So I'm going to show you my phone. Pearson, you might have to add like a graphic with the name of each player he's trying to pronounce, like as we go here when you do this in post. So we're going to start off a little bit easy. So it's going to be the name that's at the top of the list, all right? And this is what you're going to have to try to figure out how to go.
Can you believe
here.
he's doing this to me?
Yeah, of course he can. Number 1 at the top. This is the one. No, number. Yep.
Oh yeah, I just got to read. Remember, I'm 59.
You're making
by
it
the way,
smaller.
so.
That's probably not going to help you. Pick number 19, but from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the draft. That's not too hard.
Amika?
You got to give me the whole name.
Well, is the first name good?
No, you got to give me the whole.
I want to know how to pronounce the vowels.
You have to give me the whole name at once.
Amika Iabuka.
Not bad. Emeka Egbuka. Pretty good.
Okay,
All right, not
all
bad.
right.
But
I mean, if I said that, you would know who I'm talking about. Yes. Okay.
Correct.
That's going to be the parameter that we're going to.
Which is all you're looking for.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to. Okay, this is as big as
And
it
what
gets.
position does he play?
He is a wide receiver from Ohio State. He wasn't the national champion, so I thought you might know that one.
That's good.
All right. Your former team, the Seattle Seahawks, 35th pick, round number 2, top of the list.
Can I blow it up a little bit?
I don't think it can blow it up anymore. I was trying to.
Nick.
Yeah, Nick, Nick, you got. Very good.
2 for 2. Amadawari?
Eminwari. Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. All right.
I mean,
very
I would
good.
skip right over that. You would correct me on air, but it would be people would know.
Now
that
he
is.
got some good ones.
2 for
that
2.
was Cowboys, round 2, pick 44, from Boston College, Tom Coughlin's old stomping grounds.
All right, so Donovan.
Yep, you got that.
God, this is so bad. This is what happens, folks. Well, first of all, it's hard enough to pronounce the name when you can't see it. Eziraku?
Whoa! You got it! Good job, Jeff Feagles. How about that? No, you're not done.
Great being on the
Don't try
show,
to
guys.
leave.
We'll see y'all later.
Same round. Pick number 48, Houston Texans.
With the 48th pick. I honestly, John, I'm having a hard time seeing this.
Okay, let me see if I can make this bigger.
Make
Hold
it
on
bigger.
1 second. No,
So,
I got
it's hard enough to pronounce the name, and then John says, I just put it in small font.
Don't believe me that you can't see, Jeff.
I know you wear glasses, so you have contacts in.
I do have my contacts
Yeah,
in,
so
yes.
there
All
you
right,
go.
so let me see
Take
if I
them
can
out
make
and try
this
to
any
read
bigger.
that then.
Well, my contacts are for
And
distance.
by the way, don't ask me to pronounce that name again. You talk about getting lucky early. That's it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. All right. Now.
Different website.
All right.
So we're going to see if we can get this one
Okay.
going here. Okay, this is going to be much better. All right, so let's see. Round 2. What am I up to? There.
Which,
this
by
is
the
gonna
way,
be a
I
lot
think
better.
that these names, these people with these names, there's more of them these days
right.
than there was back in the day.
Houston Texans. Is that big enough for
Are
you?
you freaking kidding me? Ariante Ursary.
Yes! You got it! All right, hold on. I have one more, Pearson. That make sure he
Something
does.
has happened. Yeah.
Here we go.
Jeff's been practicing.
This is the hammer. Oh, this is by the way the Tennessee Titans in round number 2.
Owafemi Olhadejo.
Oluwafemi Oladejo. Not bad, actually.
I think that
I thought that was what I was going to nail you. That actually wasn't bad.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you that you probably wouldn't have known that one because I kind of got it there, but all right, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think Oluwafemi Oladejo is probably going to be the toughest one. I'm going through. I don't see other ones. You know, Fees, I got to tell you.
No.
I want to shake your hand, sir. That was very well done.
No, but listen to me. I'm going to give you a little history here. So I might have been able to pronounce those names instantly right now, but as the season goes, you would think that it would get easier for me. It never did. It never did.
It would just progressively get worse.
It did not get.
Actually.
It definitely got worse because you want to happen to be like we get a guy on the team that like almost sounds like that guy's name.
Then you combine
you know what
people's
the worst
names,
one is, and I don't have dyslexia, but anytime the Giants signed a guy with the 2 first names was crazy for me.
You would always reverse them.
Oh my God, I would always reverse it. It's horrible. It's a disease. It's a broadcaster's disease. Horrible. Yeah, I would even do it in some of the NEC games. The guy with the 2 first names, I would tell Dottino, how do I get over this? He's like, Jeff, you just got to learn the names. I'm like, I know the names.
Jeff, you have to memorize them.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
How are the kids? Work with the kids? Everything good?
Yeah, it's fun. It's a challenge for everyone. It's just because it's being a dad's one thing, and then you have to put your boss hat on. But I will tell you, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, and real estate is really can be a very lucrative job. And I just wanted the boys. We have so much experience in it, but as I would tell you, it's like running a team, and I'm my own Tom Coughlin. I mean, we have a meeting we have to be at every morning. We're 5 minutes early to it, and if you're late, you get a problem. So
problem with Big Jeff.
Discipline and accountability. So the biggest thing is with a team, when you're on a team and you have a head coach, you're accountable to that person. Me as being the head coach on this team, you have to find someone else to hold you accountable, and that can be tough at times.
Jeff has to go sign some autographs.
Yeah,
Always
can't wait.
A pleasure, my friend.
You will.
Thank you very much.
Second handshake, by the way.
The Giants Huddle, that might have been the third. Giants Huddle podcast brought to you by Citizens, the official bank of the Giants. He is Jeff Feagles. I am John Schmeelk. Thank you so much for being with us. We're in the Hackensack Meridian Health podcast studio. Keep getting better. And just a reminder, folks, that we're brought to you by Citizens, the official bank of the Giants. From game day celebrations to your everyday financial needs, Big Blue fans can get the most out of every moment with Citizens. Learn more at citizensbank.com/Giants.